Buenos dias. We are waiting for our tour guide Sandra. She will be taking us into the historical district and we are going to see everything that is muy importante. So come with us. Here is Sandra, our guide for the day. Hola. Where are we going first?
Well, today we're going to see the highlights of Lima. And we are going to see the historical center downtown. We're going to do a walking tour, see the main square, the cathedral, the catacombs, and then we're going to visit the most beautiful and important private collection we have in the country, Larco Museum.
It's a good 10 miles or 20-minute ride from our hotel into the historic center.
5 million.
In the soccer stadium, they hold 65,000.
1535.
1635?
15.
Oh, 1535.
By Francisco Pizarro. So was the Spanish city, right? And the independence of Peru was proclaimed by the Argentinian general José de San Martín in July 28, 1821. Thing of the city.
An apartment building?
Yes, built in the 1920s. The most expensive during that decade because was the first building that used elevators. And that construction is considered like the entrance of the old Lima city. José de San Martín, he proclaimed the independence of Peru.
Pretty park. Hotel Bolivar was built in 1923. First hotel in Lima, and it has a KFC in it. That's the Lima version of the favelas. How many people live there approximately?
In the whole city, 3 million. 3 million people live in that condition.
3 million.
Rimac is a Quechua word. Yes, it's a Quechua word. And means talkative or noisy. So during the rainy season in the Andes, we have more water right here. When the Spanish came here, they asked to the locals about the name of these lands. And the answer was Rimac, but the Spanish understood Limac.
Limac.
But doesn't mean anything, just was a...
What do you think you hear?
Yes, and that represents you a traditional dance of Lima.
The whole central part around the Plaza Mayor is pedestrian only.
So you can see all where we are here now. This is the Rimac River and part of downtown Lima.
Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Only.
It does not rain in Lima. She just said that one was in 1970 and one recently. Then
the last year.
last year there was actually a little bit of rain. It drizzles, but it does not rain.
Restored.
What was the post office? It's being restored to what? What are they going to use it for?
For a post office again.
Oh, they are going to do a post office again.
Yeah.
City Hall built in the 1900s. Gorgeous, gorgeous balconies.
Lima. The most important plaza of the country was exactly in this area where Francisco Pizarro, the conqueror, celebrates the foundation of Lima in 1535, January 18.
The buildings were reconstructed following the quake, and Plaza de Armas is today a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Along with the cathedral, the square is surrounded by the Archbishop's Palace and other important buildings.
It still uses apartment buildings. On the first floor, you're going to find stores, restaurants, and next to the city hall, that one in the corner, is the country club. It's one of the oldest ones. The club it's open since the 1800s. Sometimes the archaeologists found a yellow painting in some of these structures, and then that color they got it because of the use of a mineral became the official color of Lima. That's why if you see, for example, the city hall, you can find the Peruvian flag, red, white, red, and the next flag, the yellow one, is the Lima's flag. So yellow is the official color of Lima.
Most of the buildings from the original city of Lima were lost in the earthquake of 1746, along with a big tsunami. The only original structure still standing is a bronze fountain in the center built in 1651. San Francisco Church is most famous for the catacombs. About 10,000 people interred here when it was Lima's first cemetery. We did not bother going down into it. Have seen catacombs before. The balcony is cedar wood. It's beautiful. That part is original.
1622.
Everything else disappeared during a huge earthquake and tsunami.
And it's very special because inside we can find this nice chapel, and you can see the remains of the conqueror, Francisco Pizarro, who was assassinated in the old government house in June 26, 1541, but his remains were found in 1970.
Really?
And by accident.
Where did they find his remains?
Under the main altar during some restoration works.
Oh, but his remains were here.
Were here in the
at
cathedral,
least.
that nobody knows where exactly. A remain without a name, and the people, they opened that box, they found 2 boxes inside, and a pipe. Inside of that pipe was found some papers, and those documents mention that the remains inside belong to Pizarro.
Oh, I was going to ask how they knew
Yes.
that.
Then right there you have the coffin where was the body, where was the head.
His head was in there?
And if you see, there is an inscription saying, here is the head of the one who discovered and found the Inca lads. So as you see, he was beheaded. Yes.
Do they know who beheaded him?
Followers of Almagro, because initially one of his brothers, the brother of Francisco, decided to kill Diego de Almagro, but who was living in Cusco. But then the followers of Almagro, they decided to organize a plot to kill Pizarro here in the cathedral, because everybody knows that Pizarro was a very Catholic person.
This chapel represents St. John the Baptist when he was beheaded. That's the original
pillars.
way the
Yes.
cathedral was built.
It's
This particular gorgeous chapel is from the 17th century. Stunning.
19th century. It's laminated in golden leaf. And also you have this choir made of cedar wood from Central America by Pedro de Noguera, a Spanish artist.
So is this the older pulpit or
Older.
this
yes.
one is the older pulpit? This particular painting with all the Inca chiefs and then the people who ruled Lima is from 1725. A local sandwich place. Crowded. It's a chain since 1960. All kinds of different liqueurs. Oh, that's carrots. Yeah, herbs. Interesting. At least there are no monkeys in it. When we were in Vietnam, they had a huge bottle with a monkey inside it.
Welsh House. That's why you can see the name of on the facade.
Wait, what kind of a house was it?
Was a clock store.
A clock store. Oh.
Was a clock store.
Huh.
Works until 1980. Then because of the shining tile and all the internet problem we have to close.
The commercial center with very, very expensive houses, only because the property is so expensive in the center. This is very similar to Gaudi in Barcelona.
It's one of the tough one to get in.
Is it still a convent or no?
This is still a convent. It's very nice inside.
It's unusual to see people shining shoes on the street. I could go for some chicken. Chifa means Chinese. It's Peruvian Chinese. There's some kind of a sanctuary of certain miracle, and there's going to be a big procession on the 28th for miracles.